Hey guys, happy summer solstice 2016. Welcome to Holistic Mojo. I'm Jamie Sahara Lee, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit on this solstice about my upcoming workshop, 30 Days to Mindfulness. So, this is a self study workshop. It's 30 days long, and every day we're going to be tackling a new topic on how we can become more mindful and more conscious in our daily life. And there's three main kind of themes throughout this 30 days. And the first one, the worst one, it really is the worst one. It's self-sabotage. And we self-sabotage so often and so unconsciously, we don't even realize that we're doing it. And I find that self-sabotage comes in two forms. It comes in the yes, and it comes in the no. So the way that we self-sabotage with yes often is saying yes to things we don't want to do and overextending ourselves, taking too many things onto our plate, and just running ourselves into the ground and not leaving a place for joy, not leaving a place for happiness, not leaving a place for rest. And that wears us out over time, and we just lose that sense of joy. We lose that sense of ease. And why are we here? If not to enjoy life, if not to explore and to play. So I just finished reading Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic, and she has a passage that I'd like to share with you guys about that. She says, "All I can tell you for certain is that my entire life has been shaped by an early decision to reject the cult of artistic martyrdom and instead to place my trust in the crazy notion that my work loves me as much as I love it, that it wants to play with me as much as I want to play with it, and that this source of love and play is boundless." I really love that quote because I feel like it's such an important way to live life, to think about life as a relationship, that you are not just in this alone, that life is there with you, that it is playing with you, and it is there to support you in so many different ways. So what if life loves you just as much as you love it? And how can you love life more so that it loves you more? The second way that we self-sabotage is in the no. So often we say no before we even get going. So we'll walk into a situation, someone will ask something of us, or we'll ask something of ourselves, and we'll just say no without even really giving it an opportunity, because it's so much safer to say no. It's safer to stay exactly where I am and not to shift and not to grow, because I know who I am today. And if I shift and grow and change, I'm not going to know who I am anymore. So if I relate to the world around me based upon where I am right now, in the center point, and this center point changes, well then how do I relate to the world? And that's terrifying, because then the world has to change, and how I interact with it has to change, and how it interacts with me has to change. So that can be really terrifying. So we so often just choose to say, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there. That is far too scary to deal with. So the second topic I want to talk to you guys about, and the second topic that we're going to be working with during these 30 days, is accountability, also known as self-responsibility. So we tend to set up situations where we hold others accountable, or we want to hold others accountable, or where we want others to hold us accountable. And anytime we're searching outside of ourselves, we're missing the bigger picture, because everything we need is inside. And anytime we start to use another person to fulfill ourselves, we again start to lose everything because that has to come from inside. So think of how many times you are with a partner or with a family member or with a coworker, and you think to yourself, how do I hold them accountable? They're not doing what they say, and I need to hold them accountable. And maybe we talk to them about it, and maybe they promise, okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about. I promise I'm going to change that. I'm going to fix that. And then next week they're doing the same thing. And then the next week they're doing the same thing. And we get frustrated and we start to say, you need to be accountable. And we're trying to hold them to that. But we can't, because the only person that can hold anyone accountable is themselves. So then it becomes this self-responsibility, this accountability to say, well, you know what? This is what I want, and you're not fulfilling that. So I'm going to take care of this in a different way. I'm going to leave this situation. I'm going to find someone else to do this. And that's another time where we like to use that self-sabotage and say, no, I won't leave, or it's just not possible to do this another way, instead of sitting there and going, how can I shift this? How can I change this? How can I take responsibility here of my life and my situation? And how do I shift and change when the rest of the world doesn't want to shift and change? How do I make that difference within myself? So our third thing that we're going to work on through the 30 days is authenticity. And that is the what do you want? The who are you? What do you believe in? What are your ideals? What are you in alignment with? And there's so much pressure from the rest of the world so often to tell us who we are and what we want. All these advertisements all day, every day. This is what you want. You want to buy this, buy this, buy this. We've lost that sense of self. We've lost that ability to find our center and find our core and discover what we really want, because we're constantly bombarded by everything around us trying to answer that question for us, trying to stop us from connecting to ourselves. So that's actually going to be one of the biggest parts of this 30 days is daily connecting in, getting quiet, asking, what do I want? Who am I? What are my ideals? What am I in alignment with? And then starting every day from that place so that I know what I want to bring into my life. And if I know what I want to bring into my life, then I can start to manifest that. If I have no idea what I want, and I just know I'm not happy or I'm not satisfied, then I can't manifest anything new. Because I'm in this place of like, well, I don't know. I think this is what I want. And it's like, have you ever had somebody come up to you and try to tell you what they want and what they need? And they're like, well, it's like a little bit of this and it's like a lot of that. And I think maybe it's this, but then it's not that. You just don't get a clear picture. And you're like, yeah, sorry, you're going to have to tell me what you want. The universe works in the exact same way. You have to ask for what you want. And in order to ask for what you want, you have to know what you want. So that is going to be one of our main center points of this 30 days. And I would love for you to join me on this journey. It starts July 1st. If you have any questions, my email is below, as well as the link to discover how you can join us on this journey. I hope you'll join me, and I hope you have a wonderful summer season. Mahalo and aloha.